Hello and welcome back to Civilization 6 as Prithvi Narayan Shah of Nepal. We are in the classical era and we are in a golden age, a monumentality golden age, which means we're going to be purchasing lots of builders and lots of settlers with faith and gold and expanding rapidly from our little hub here of 2 cities. But before we do that, it's time to found a religion. So let's do that first. I have the historical religions mod downloaded. I like to play with this just for immersion's sake. And I'm going to choose Nepal's historical religion of Hinduism. This is Vaishnavism, I guess, is a certain creed of Hinduism. And I've been thinking about what belief I'm going to take here, and kind of the usual ones like feed the world, work ethic, choral music don't really work for me here because as I've said, I'm not planning on building a lot of holy sites because the Garh, the unique theater square district, kind of gives you the faith that a holy site would provide. So since so many of these beliefs require holy sites to take effect, I'm thinking I'm actually going to take Jesuit education, because I will be having a lot of faith per turn, even though I do plan on buying mostly settlers and builders while I can with Monumentality. I do think I'll have plenty of faith to make use of Jesuit education to buy some campus and theater square district buildings. So I'm going to go for that for my first belief. Now, as I said, I want to go for a diplomatic victory. Pagoda is a great option for that. It gives you a kind of unlimited source of diplomatic favor. However, again, that requires holy sites to take effect. I might still go for it down the road, but I'm not going to rush for it right now. Instead, I'm thinking of going for something that helps me spread my religion really quickly and really cheaply. I think religious colonization is what I'm going to do. This will let me get my religion for free in all my cities as soon as I found them. So I don't have to waste time and faith buying religious units, which I want to spend my faith on other things, on military units, on civilian units, on campus and theater square buildings. So not having to build religious units would be really nice. So I'm going to go for religious colonization. And let's found our religion. There we go. Now the religion automatically starts in every city that has a holy site, and I only have one city with a holy site. Now, the thing I don't actually know is whether that means that this religion is dominant. I don't know if you have exactly half your cities following one religion, if that means that religion is dominant, which means I need to have a dominant religion in order for religious colonization to work. So I might have to spread manually my religion over to Lahana in order for that to work. I'll see next turn if this religion up here updates. It might say next turn that my religion is Vaishnavism, which would mean that it is dominant. But I assume it's going to take a turn for that to update. Now, in my capital, I could finish the settler. But I kind of want to build a Temenanki, see if I can do it. If I have a look here, if anyone else is building it, no one that I know of is building it right now. And I will be buying stuff with, buying settlers with faith and gold. I have even though I don't have a ton of marsh in my empire, there's a bit. But I just kind of want to make these, all these floodplains tiles as good as possible. So I'm going to pop down a Temenanki here and just kind of see what happens. I won't be crushed if I lose it. And I might even use this builder to help build it even faster. Next turn, I should get my first governor title, and I think I'm going to go for the steward here with ground breaker, which will enable my builders to help me build a Temenanki even faster. The main reason I'm going for the steward, of course, is for provision. Because in this Monumentality Golden Age, I'm going to be purchasing lots of settlers, and I don't want my population to just tank. We've got some final barbed stragglers up here to take care of. And one thing to note is because we are playing as Nepal, and namely we're playing as Prithvi Shah, our Asal Hindustan ability gives us +1 combat strength per era after the ancient era, and we are in the classical era. So if you look at this slinger here, we now have a +1 combat strength on it, which is very minor, but that'll increase quite a bit as we go through the ages. So actually going to pull back here because slingers are very weak, and we'll let the barbs come to us. That must be Mapuche land. Yep, Mapuche, Byzantium. Here we have Nubia and the Aztecs. And there's state workforce, which means we can actually really go all in on this Itemenanki if I want to, which I kind of want to just for the heck of it. I'm going to pop in Corvée. I am then going to appoint the steward in Gorkha. And I think I'm going to chop this tile here. We're just going to sleep there until the steward is established. And then I'm going to go for early empire, and that will give us in 5 turns another governor title, which will mean we can promote the steward up to provision, and then we will just pump out settlers. Ooh, Mapuche has a wonder start. Is that, what is it, El Dorado? No, it's not called El Dorado. Yeah, it's that lost city of gold one. Yeah, look at all that culture. Mapuche is doing very well on culture. Look at my yields. Those will go up. They will go up. They're not good now, but they will be fine. As long as America is distracted by Greece, I feel very safe. All right, we're kind of stuck up here. I think I'm going to take this. Do I even bother exploring up here? Probably not. It's just going to take ages and get stuck. I'm going to just come down here with this scout. And here we're going to use that Asal Hindustan for +1. And attack. There we go. All right, I think it looks like Geneva's probably going to take out this barb encampment next turn, so that's fine. We've had a lot of barb encampments stolen from us by city-states. But I don't mind, it means I'm safer. There might be another one up here in this corner. I'm sure there is, actually. And who is that? That looks kind of like Maya, I think with an alternate leader that I have downloaded. We'll see. We only have a couple civs left that we haven't met. Here we go. Yes! It is Pakal. And I have this amazing... So it's a Pakal mod using the animations from Civ 5. Unfortunately, the audio doesn't work for him. But it's really cool. I have played as him, and he's a lot of fun. It's an honor to meet you, Pakal. Yes, we would love to sample your hospitality. There's Palenque, their capital. Looks like they're doing just fine, the Mayans. We've got the Mayans and the Aztecs. Not so far from each other. And they like me. Why does Pakal like me? Oh, because I'm in a golden age. Fine by me, I like you too. Yep, Geneva took the barb camp. That's fine. We got a promotion. I'm gonna go for volley. Alright, now Lahana actually finished building a settler, and I'm gonna send that right up here to try and solidify my control over this kind of valley here in Rodinia. Looks like we really might be one of the only civs to have settled Rodinia, unless it like continues up somewhere way over here in a weird way. Which might give us monopoly over its luxuries. Not that I have monopolies mode turned on. But where even are its luxuries? We got sugar, cotton, incense here. That's in Kagwana, and mercury. Well, if I settle here, I can get the sugar, but I think I want to just settle here as close as possible to my other city. And then we can get a new district. Where am I going to be building my government plaza? I don't know, but I do think that, actually I might just go for a government plaza now, because then I can get Ancestral Hall up and running earlier and get builders out quicker. Yeah, that sounds kind of good. Where I put it, maybe I'll put it here just for the adjacency on this thing down the road. It's not a really great spot for it because it can only be adjacent to two things, but I'm going to do it. The adjacency of this is kind of like double because you get the culture and faith. There are barbs down there. And we will push into Mayan lands. Let's see. Only one civ left that we haven't met. Nubia is building wonders. They built the pyramids. That's kind of fitting. We're building our own pyramids, hopefully. Only 8 turns left on that. Man, our production is so good for turn 59. And there is early empire, which means we have provision, which means that settlers trained in our capital do not cost a population. So I am immediately going to go and purchase a settler for 195 faith. That is such a good deal. I'm also going to purchase this tile here. And because we have the steward there, we are going to get an extra 50% on this chop. And now it's only 4 turns left on a Temenanki. Now what's nice about building a Temenanki, not only does it give us some yields on here, but it also will give us culture towards drama and poetry, which will mean we'll get our Garh even faster. But first, I definitely want to get a government, a decent government with political philosophy. So we're going to rush for that. And look, we can get a space horse. Yep, these meteor sites will give us a heavy cavalry unit because video games. That's how it works. And I'm going to settle right here. Oh, not this turn, next turn. Yep, here we go. 3rd city, finally, turn 60. Kandragiri. And we got lots of gold on all our adjacent tiles. And a little bit of faith up here next to the mountains. That's a pretty good tile, stone tile there to start on. I should think about planning a little bit. This is that would be a very good guard, but it is flat lands. Yep, so I cannot put a guard there. This is a +4 Garh, but it's also an incredible campus, I just realized. That is a +6 campus. But this would also be a +5 campus. This would be a +4 Garh. Let's see. Rivers also affect the adjacency for the Garh district. Like this one, which only has 4 mountains around it, it's a +5 because it's on a river. So I would ideally place my Garhs on rivers. Like this would be so good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I cannot. But right here, 1, 2, 3. Plus the, I'm assuming the government plaza will affect it. Yeah, so I don't really care which city gets which one. But that campus is amazing. That's a really good campus. In fact, I might go straight for it. I'm spending a lot of gold on tiles here, but I think it's worth it to get this Oh! I do not have masonry researched. I'll have to do that first. In that case, we will just start on a monument. Alright, time to start thinking about my cities a little bit more. I haven't really planned out since I have all this space kind of to myself. Do I want to extend myself further west? Claim this area while I can? I think maybe I do. If I could get this pass here, that would be great. I'm going to start sending this guy off to the west. The Forbidden West. And settle right here somewhere. Maybe right there. I definitely want to settle along the shores of Lake Retba. It does not count as fresh water, unfortunately. But this would be fresh water. And it would get me the era score for being near Lake Retba. This area here doesn't look great. I'd like to settle in the mountains closer. Maybe here around. Maybe. This is rough. A little question mark there. And then something else over here. It's kind of spaced out. Yeah, the territory is not excellent, but I think Nepal should be able to make use of it as long as we settle in the mountain areas. Like here, we can make use of this for sure. I don't want to settle in the iron because improving the iron with God of Craftsmen makes it even better than normal. So I think I'll settle in the tundra for a little era score. Yeah. And I can settle over here as well. We'll find places. Maybe see if the tundra up here isn't so bad. Alright, I am going to just sit still with that scout. Maya's got quite a military here. America doesn't like me settling close to them. Yeah, my people are going to settle where they please. My people are going to settle where they please. I'm sorry. It's just, this is my land. You're going to have to deal with that. Maybe I should start bringing a bit of a military back here rather than just gallivanting them around. Where was that meteor site? I've lost it already. Meteor. Am I going crazy? I thought it was right here. Someone else must have snuck in and stole it. Huh. That's too bad. The Altar de Sacrificios. The Altar of Sacrifices. I've never seen that city name before. Uh-oh. Rome does not like me at all. Because I'm so small. That's about to change, Rome. Oh, God. What the hell do you think you're doing, America? Well, if they do settle there, I should be able to take it with loyalty, but that is insane. And they have a military. Uh-oh. Should I be scared? Maybe I will bring my military down here. Masonry, some walls. Are they actually going to come after me? They're still at war, right? Yeah, they're still at war with Greece. I was thinking they should be distracted, but maybe not. Alright, looks like there's this ocean. And there's Tamananki! We did it! Easy peasy. Beautiful animation. And we got the drama and poetry boost. And now these tiles are significantly better. With a little bit extra production and science. But yeah, that drama and poetry boost is also very, very nice. All right, let's actually go ahead and purchase a settler. I would also absolutely like a trader. I should be buying a trader too. But I'm thinking maybe I should save up on a little, just keep my gold banked up a little bit. Okay, let's settle this city before America gets any crazy ideas. Here's Kalaya. I'm going to go ahead and actually purchase a trader in Lahana. So I can maybe get some extra production in there to build the ancestral hall slightly faster. I know that's that takes quite a bit of production. And then in my capital, so I do want an encampment eventually. I need at least one encampment so that my Gurkhas, which gain combat strength through encampment buildings, can improve. Barracks, armory, and military academy, just like the Nihang does. Do I want? No, I don't want to build. I don't need it yet. What I want is a Garh. This next district's going to be a Garh as soon as I unlock that. So for the time being, I'm going to build an archer. I'm getting a tiny little bit worried about America here. That's a good Garh. As might this one here be, but that's +5 culture and 5 faith. I'm glad we got this city down. America might just go way up here into the tundra or onto Lake Repa, and actually converting them with loyalty might be not as easy as I thought, although they are in a normal age while I'm in a golden age, so that's good. Let's bring this settler out to the west as well. And then let's get one extra production in Lahana. And a road over the mountains, and there's currency as well. We're going to definitely want to build a lot of commercial hubs. Oh yeah, I was going to build ancestral hall, but of course we need political philosophy to do that. I'm going to build walls instead. Just can't be too safe, right? Can't be too safe. We have another governor promotion. I could continue improving the steward to give me more food, if that's something I'm worried about. But also I could, of course, go for the educator, which is classically amazing. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the educator. Pop him in Lahana for now. It'll just be worth it down the road. The extra science and culture you get from it is very nice. Oh my god, I could steal this settler. I could steal this settler. Should I? Of course I should. Should I, though? I am not going to do it. I'm not going to steal the settler. I'm going to let him settle the city, and I'll take it later on. Some way or another. Or let this scout take it. That would be funny. Alright, I'm going to buy a builder in Kandragiri. Get the production up in this city to get that campus a little faster. And then I'm going to make my way. We do want to get the diplomatic quarter early. For a diplomatic victory, this is very helpful, especially with this diplomatic victory reworked. We're going to need as much diplomatic favor and envoy points and everything as we can get. Don't have any reason to go for shipbuilding or anything like that yet. Just get towards apprenticeship and mathematics. I'm going to go towards apprenticeship and mathematics. Yeah, it looks like America doesn't know what he's doing with that settler. Another barb camp. Okay, down here. That's fine. And I'm going to chop this stone resource. Get this campus a little faster. Place a mine there. Yeah, we want to get the apprenticeship boost for sure. There's just Chilam. And Mato Tipala. This one makes naturalists 50% cheaper to purchase for Byzantium. Oh, hey, one thing I forgot to do was check about the how religious colonization works with only 2 cities and only one of your cities being converted. I got my answer. It didn't work. I should really okay. I need to get. In order for religious colonization to do anything, I need to actually convert a couple of my cities manually. This one will convert probably on its own, which is good, but I need to convert one of these, the new one, ideally. So I need to get a shrine, and I don't need the archer. I don't think. I'm not actually that worried about it. So I'm going to just go for the shrine first, get a missionary out, and spread my religion. Wow! All the great prophets went in at once, and that's from everyone who took, yeah, they're all gone. All the civs that got a classical era golden age and went for Exodus of the Evangelists, they all got 4 prophet points per turn. They probably don't even have a holy site. Maybe they do. But they all had the exact number of great prophets points per turn at the same time, and so they all just went. So I'm glad I got my religion when I did. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten one. I'm going to build a mine there, and there's the apprenticeship boost. That's excellent. Oriental Orthodoxy looks like it's doing very well. And there's political philosophy. Excellent. Finally. What government do we want? I think it's pretty obvious. We want classical republic. This one's kind of the best default early game government with the extra amenities, the extra great people points, a little bit extra housing too. We don't need corvée anymore, that's for sure. Let's get urban planning back in. And I suppose caravansaries can't hurt. And then, let's see, 2 influence points per turn would be great. And let's keep a Gogi, or not a Gogi, discipline in. Do I really need it? Not really. Survey, maybe? That would be kind of fun. I'm going to do survey just for fun. If we discover some more natural wonders and stuff, we might be able to get a couple ambush scouts, which would be cool. Alright. I would like another decent tile for Candragiri to work. This sugar tile would be good. Yeah, I'll just let it expand there naturally. I'll let you sit there. Maya's got a nice holy site going. Let's see, is anyone? No. So they all got the great prophets, but no one's founded another religion. Let's see if we can't squeeze the settler out here to the west to expand our dominion. Rome has just declared war on the Aztecs. Oh, the Aztecs. Rome on the Aztecs. All right, they're neighbors. Are the Aztecs still at war with Nubia? They are. We'll see if anything comes of that. We can't really start playing World Police until medieval era when the World Congress starts, but I wouldn't want to do it any earlier anyways because we just don't. We need to set up our own infrastructure, get the ball rolling. Let's go straight for apprenticeship, get those mines better. All right, 7 turns and we can build a Garh in Gorkha. I definitely want to do that. But first, let us purchase a missionary. Soon, get a missionary. I do need more food here. That is an issue. I'm going to go for a granary. I can buy a settler with gold soon. So I want to buy a missionary with my faith. Okay, good. A path has kind of opened up here. It's starting to open up. Alright, we got the walls in Lahana. I'm feeling safer about this city. Not that America had ever really built up any kind of a threatening force here, but at least we have some defenses there. And now we can go for the ancestral hall. 10 turns. That's pretty quick. That is great. And we can almost get the settler. We can get now the missionary. Kalaya will convert in 5 turns, naturally. But yeah, we need to get over here to Kandragiri. And once we convert one more city, then religious colonization will pop off. Let's just go ahead and sell some horses so that we can get a settler now. Although, that being said, I do plan on waiting until this finishes. But that's fine. We can get the settler out and get him in place. Alright, so we got the ocean here, just beyond Byzantium. We have, it looks like some kind of sea here, and then more ocean out here. Honestly, the shape of this Pangea map looks very similar to my last game as the Rosvi Empire. And we started in a not too dissimilar position, if I'm understanding this map correctly, where it has kind of a peninsula out here, an inland sea, and a big peninsula out to the east as well. All right, let's bring our missionary over to the east. And we might be able to kind of have 2 slingers just guarding these river crossings out from this peninsula. They might be able to be enough to hold off the barbarians from escaping their little territory there. Let's see if we can't get up to this spot before the Americans take it. And it looks like we've kind of discovered the edge of the continent here.
Ο σιδήρεος νος ούκ εστιν έμπασο νος.
Theodore doesn't like that I have low culture, yeah. That is going to change for sure. And guys, just wait until later on, then make your opinions about me. I'm going to have lots of land. I'm going to have loads of culture. You'll like me. Alright, 3 turns and we can get our Garh going. So I guess we'll just get a monument in the meantime. Alright, can we convert? Yes, we can. We converted Kandragiri, so we are 2 turns away from actually having a dominant religion, which will mean that religious colonization should kick in. Alright, we have an envoy. I would really like to get Zanzibar on side, but wow. Teddy's been focusing on them. They have 7. I don't know if it's worth trying to fight for that at this point. Anyone that's less defended. Kumasi. No one's gone for Kumasi. That is an excellent city-state. Kabul. Here, Kabul. That is good city-state as well. I think I'm going to wait until I can put in Diplomatic League to double up my first city-state. Okay, there we go. Now we have a dominant religion. And we should be able to settle this city here pretty soon. It'll be our first city on the coast. And it looks like there might be a bit more land here than I thought. That's interesting. I should also come down here. I haven't even explored this area here. There might be land here that I just assumed was mountains. Who can I spare to come explore over here? I guess this guy, this slinger. Yeah, you come down here and explore this pass. The Americans were sending people up there, so troops. So there's definitely a path through the pass. And let's settle this city. Hold up. 4 turns and we'll get a free builder in this city when we settle it. Yeah, that's worth it. I'm going to sleep there instead. So that when Ancestral Hall finishes, I can settle and immediately start with a free builder. And it'll have my religion in place. It'll be amazing. So why don't we just explore with our warrior a little bit instead. Maybe see if we can't put another city or 2 out here. Yubi wants me to build more districts. Don't worry, just wait, guys. I'll have districts, I'll have culture, I'll have land. You just need to be patient with me. 1 turn, and I will start building my unique theater square. All right, here we go. I need some gold to purchase. In fact, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap out caravansaries for land surveyors so that I can purchase tiles cheaper. I'm going to also swap out survey, because who needs survey for Diplomatic League? And that's good. And then I am going to purchase this tile here and place a Garh. 2 turns. Wow. It's only 25 production. But I think, well, that's really good. 2 turns. Becomes more expensive after each copy. So like the next one should be 20, I don't know. In 7 turns, I'm going to buy this campus tile. I'm going to save some of my gold. And then let's go for theology. Okay. 2 diplomatic victory points from the Mahabodhi Temple. That is updated, I think, from base game with this Diplomatic Victory Rebalanced. However, we need to have woods adjacent to a holy site district, and we don't have that at the moment. So if I want to build the Mahabodhi Temple, I need to build another holy site, one that is adjacent to woods. Maybe I can do that in this city here, Kalaya, but I'll have to think about that. Wow, there's Mount Vesuvius there as well. Oh, wow, okay. There's Rome's legions, off to fight the Aztecs, I presume. Yeah, we got some land here that we can settle, maybe. If we beat everyone else to it. Alright, Kalaya is struggling for food. Yeah, we really don't have great food here. This tile would be very nice. I'm going to just go ahead and buy it, actually. So I want some growth. And there's Mount Vesuvius. Very interesting land here. This might be a much smaller sea than I had thought. Now, Mount Vesuvius with Terra Mirabilis mod gives you +4 culture to antiquity sites, and +2 culture and 2 tourism to artifacts for the civilization that owns that tile. So that would be quite nice. All right, this next turn we should get our unique theater square. There it is. The Garh was no accident, but it was the result of the unique genius of our people. 4 era score. We get the boost for castles and mathematics. But castles is because that's just another little boost for this district. Is you just get the Eureka for castles when completed. Doesn't really look like it has a unique model, but that's fine. It has this. It has a district health though, which is cool. Not that this particular spot is really in need of defending. But better than that is the 5 culture and 5 faith. That is really, really nice. So our culture should be skyrocketing now. And it is. We need to get some more of those going. City doesn't look like it's growing where I thought it was, so I'm actually just going to buy these tiles. And that's a really nice tile for this city, but it's also a very nice campus. I would be sacrificing science to get +5. Like, I'd be sacrificing 2 science in order to gain 2 science. Is it actually strangely worth it to just... Although, I might actually keep that little bit of marsh. I know with like natural philosophy, that could actually be +10 campus versus this would be a +6. But then you're getting rid of that food. I'm actually just going to put the campus here. Is that a mistake? I don't know. I like the way that looks. And we could go ahead and get the amphitheater in there with faith pretty quickly. We could also get a Kumari Devi. Now, Kumari Devi is 100 faith. We can get it. It only takes 2 turns worth of production. It's only 50 production. And the Kumari Devi grants great person points. I'm guessing a burst of every great person point when you defeat an enemy with an adjacent military land unit. but it only has a lifespan of 15 turns. Now, I don't know if it applies towards barbarians. I'm assuming it does. But we want to make sure we get that when we plan on doing a bit of combat. Like maybe if we go after this barbarian encampment, like with some real forces, it would be worth getting one and bringing it up there. But I don't think I need one just yet. Another thing to note is it costs 4 gold per turn, as does the Gurkha, which costs 6 gold per turn. So I do want to get a bunch of these and just have them around, but they do drain your resources a little bit. I could get another wonder. Oracle is available. I could put Oracle there. Is anyone building Oracle? Not that I can see. Oracle is so good. And I don't really have much else to be building here. I'm going to go try it. And then in this city, I definitely want to be starting on the Garh as well. Let's pop it in there. Oh, right. I forgot that we put Diplomatic League in. So what I want to do is I want to go for, I think, Kumasi first. That gives us 2 there, and we can actually immediately suzerain it, or become its suzerain, which is great. I don't think that was a first suzerainty. I guess someone else put their diplomat there. But Kumasi would be really nice if we get some traders going to city-states. We'll get lots of extra gold and culture. Oh, wow! Rome has taken over the city of Chalco from the Aztecs. And it looks like they're keeping it. Yeah. And Xochicalco might fall soon. Maybe some more cities. Legions versus Eagle Warriors, and the Legions are winning. That's cool to see. Alright, I have another governor title, and I think I want to improve my educator. Let's get some... Normally I would always go for connoisseur, because the culture you get from that is kind of like a feedback loop. The more culture you get, the more governor titles you get. But what I really want... Well, what I really need is science. I'm going to be getting a lot of both, I guess. But my culture is going to be doing pretty well here. Although my science is going to be doing well here as well. I'm just going to be doing really well in general. Alright, and we have our ancestral hall. So if I place this city, yep, we get a free builder, which we can immediately use to improve this iron, which will be very nice. That is Gokar Nesvara. And another city right here. We get sailing boosted and Reformed Church because these cities immediately converted to our religion, and that is Kageshwari Manohara. I'd like to get these horses online. Speaking of horses, time to do some trade. And we have discovered apprenticeship. Beautiful. Looks like Texcoco is being sieged. That's interesting. And Mapuche has declared war on America. Ooh, America is getting ganged up on. I am not opposed to that. America is getting ganged up on. I'd like to explore a little bit more of their territory here. Maybe I'll bring this slinger down and try and get some open borders. Ooh, maybe I want to settle in here as well. Need a bit more gold. With faith, I could purchase another settler very soon. I could also be able to purchase the amphitheater. But I should probably focus on expansion first and then infrastructure. At least while I'm in a golden age. Okay, we got a swordsman coming up here. We're gonna need to back off. There's an iron mine, a beautiful iron mine with craftsman, God of Craftsman bonuses and double Nepal bonuses. Love that. For this city, this might be a really good Garh. Saying I can't put it there. Why is that? Oh! The Garh also can't be built adjacent to the city center. There are a few restrictions to this that I just kind of read past. Okay, that's fine. Maybe the city settlement location wasn't the best after all. These are all flatland tiles, so I'm gonna have to put it here. Or here, and then move this one, which is possible. Maybe this Garh will go to Garh, and then Kandragiri can put its Garh like here or here. This seems like a good spot as any. Might be able to get some wonders or districts down here too to improve that. All right, that's pretty good. We're looking a little trapped here. Let's see. Wow, look at that beautiful. Oh yeah, that's from this wonder here. Let's buy this horses tile and improve it. That's a very nice tile. We've met our Ma down in the south here. It looks like Rome has a natural wonder as well. All right, with classical era ends in 10 turns, and we have a splendid campus. How are we doing on Golden Age? We have 10 turns left. We only need 8 points. We're doing very well. The Garh, the splendid campus is all helping me out. The wonders should help. If I can get this a little faster. I need to do a bit of chopping there. Look at all this land in here that could be settled by me. Yeah, I'm going to chop out the Oracle. That'll give us some era score. Not to mention it's just nice to get the wonder faster, earlier rather than later. Maybe before someone else. There's Paititi. That gives us era score. There's another wonder here. Lisafjord. Great. Bet I didn't have survey in, but that's fine. For diplomatic victory, especially with this mod, you want to discover as many foreign city centers specifically as possible, so that if anything happens to them, you know where they are, and so that way you'll be included if an emergency can be triggered. Right? Like if I had not seen Chalco here, and this city was say conquered later on, like in the medieval era when emergencies are possible, if I had not discovered the city center, even if I was friends with Aztecs, I would not be included on the emergency because I didn't know the exact location where the Aztecs had a city taken. Let's chop that out, and I'm actually going to go over here. Ooh, there's elephants down here. Take this tile for, I guess, a campus. That's a pretty good campus. Get going on that right away. Recorded history would be really nice. We get 2 campuses, which we will very soon. Looks like Byzantium's building the mausoleum. And we will chop here in Garh. Oracle will be built very shortly. Let's go for a little bit extra faith. Faith is a very useful currency right now. There's Constantinople, the capital. Looks not great. Pretty wrecked here, probably by these barbarians to the south. And I guess I'll put another farm here. We might be able to actually get the feudalism boost by getting 6 farms. That'd be kind of cool. Also going to purchase a settler now that I can. With faith. Oh, the Americans are coming. Another settler. They got so many settlers they haven't been able to use. It's so funny. Whoa! Whoa! Things are happening over here. Wow. The Aztec capital its walls are almost down. It's losing loyalty. Xochicalco is almost captured. Nubia forward settled them. Very interesting. I'm glad I'm not at the center of that yet. Lots of land down here, probably barbarian controlled. Alright, with this settler, I'm going to come up here to Lake Retba. Although I could also come out to Mount Vesuvius. That would be interesting as well. I'll just come west for now. Get another farm in this lovely floodplain. Yeah, wow. There's like 4 American settlers all down here. They must be feeling really cramped. And if we get another golden age, we should be able to prevent them from holding on to too many cities in this area. Maios is going to be a delegation. That's fine. I welcome the delegations. Once I get a diplomatic quarter up and running, I'll be getting a favor from that, which I would love. Iron working. Let's get some of these infrastructure things like aqueducts unlocked. Niter would be good to unlock as well. Yeah, because that will help. That'll be boosted by God of Craftsmen. Okay, no, this is Mapuche land down here. This was just a little offshoot city. Forward settlement. That might fall to loyalty. Could also consider setting this settler down here. Maybe that's the play. Let's take this before America does, if possible. I'm going to go ahead and get a battering ram. Battering ram is just the kind of thing I like to build kind of early in the game. Not just so that I have it when I need it. I hate accidentally unlocking machinery and then being locked out of getting battering rams when they can be helpful much later into the game than just the classical era. There is so much land up here. Is this a peninsula or is this just like a big inland sea? I don't know. Let's check out Mapuche lands. Oh, there's the Torres del Paine. Torres del Paine. We're getting some era score passively. I might have to think about it a little bit now. I could, of course, purchase one of these unique units. That would do it for me. Like the Kumari Devi would give me 4 era score, I believe. The Oracle will do quite a bit. I'm hoping I don't need to do that. I feel like I'm just going to get enough passive era score to actually have to worry about it. I'm hoping I'm right on that. I've got all this gold from selling strategics. I could buy a great person probably. We're the only ones getting great writer points at this point. Okay, we've unlocked natural philosophy. I'm definitely going to slot that in. Scripture is fine, but I don't really need it. Although discipline I don't really need either. Yeah, I don't really need discipline. I just need to be safe. I don't have to be fighting against barbarians. Like, I can just back up here. I want to unlock the Gurkha for sure. And then I guess we'll get the... You want Connoisseur or do we want Grants? Ooh, Grants is really good with the Oracle. Oh, but... Okay, I might want to move some of my governors around, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for Grants here and reassign the Educator to my capital. And then the Steward can come over here to Kalai. We're buying it with the settlers with faith, so we can purchase them from anywhere. Actually, maybe I'll put it over here in Kagashwari so that I can get a few settlers to come over here really quickly. That sounds like a good plan. This settler I definitely am going to bring into the mountains. That'll be cool. Hopefully I can get a city there. We've discovered Antananarivo as well. Lots of city-states on this map. Doesn't look like any of them have been conquered yet, which is surprising. Oh my gosh! The Aztecs are almost gone. Are they actually? I can't believe it. It looks like the city-states are attacking them as well. Kamasi's not at war because they're with me. Okay, there's Oracle. We got Oracle. But hold on. There's lots of stuff going on all at once. This is insane. Cahokians are with, they're with Rome. But the team up of Nubia and the Romans against the Aztecs has just obliterated this Aztecs. Yeah, they only have one city left, and it looks like it might fall very soon. And these cities are loyal. We might have to go liberate the Aztecs later on. We'll get some diplomatic favor for that, but I don't know if we'll be able to start any emergencies. Maybe we can, but maybe I don't know. If they capture the last city, can we even start an emergency? I think we can. I don't know if that's true. So emergencies start, I believe, in the medieval era, which is when the World Congress starts, which starts in 3 turns. We'll see what happens here. I don't know if we'll be able to do an emergency or not. If they capture it before 3 turns. But even then, do I want to go to war? I need to build up a big army, which I can do. I can get man-at-arms. Man-at-arms will be able to deal with these legions. I have to get them across here quickly. I should really... Okay. Lots to do. I'm excited to try it. Let's keep going. I do want a diplomatic quarter as well. Where do I want that? I think I'll build the diplo quarter here. I don't really care where it goes exactly. I just want to get it earlier rather than later, so that we can start building up that diplomatic favor as soon as possible. Yeah, it's nice to get it in your educator city because it gets you a lot of yields from its buildings, but it's also kind of a downside for the educator city because it takes up a district slot and doesn't provide great people points, which with the Oracle and the educator together in grants, you really want as many, I want as many great people point producing districts in this city as possible. And then you can also think about the production and stuff it provides from internal trade routes, but I just want to get it down fast, the diplomatic quarter. All right, we have another Garh now. Very nice, another 5-5, beautiful. Let's get a granary going here. We need more food in this city. I have so much gold. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's get... I want to buy some builders. For sure. I could like to get the feudalism boost if I can. I'd like to get a commercial hub as well. I want more traders. So let's do that. In this city we can get a commercial hub going. Place it right here. This government looks pretty good. One thing to think about is great generals, but no, I'm not getting a great general. I could buy one with faith potentially. Classical era general. I was thinking about getting one of the government policies to give me great general points, but not worth it. Okay, see? I told you, Nubia. Just wait, and you'll like me eventually. Maya doesn't like that I don't have very many troops. That's fair. That is fair, but again, I plan on building lots of troops. Byzantine Empire has declared war against Anshan. Okay, that is a liberation potential. If the Byzantium can even conquer that, it's very well protected from this angle. How are the Aztecs holding out? Terribly. That's going to fall next turn for sure. We'll see what happens. Okay, no, that classical era general disappeared immediately. Get a man-at-arms. Although really what I want is Gurkhas. But get a man-at-arms. That'll give us some era score for the iron. I do need 2 era score in 2 turns. I need to think about that. There's one. Didn't even realize that would happen. That's one from working a floodplain that had flooded. Just need one more. Montezuma's been defeated. Wow. Impressive, AI. Impressive. Rome and Nubia working together to clear out the Aztecs from the game. And if I want to, and they raised that city, so if I want to liberate them, I could take Chalco or Tenochtitlan, or both, and create a little vassal for myself. All right, I can get an aqueduct going here in Lahana. Maybe get thinking about an industrial zone down the road. I think I'll put my aqueduct here. Maybe get an industrial zone there down the road. I want this builder to come here. Build a farm on that tile. And that'll give us the serfdom boost, assuming we don't have any major floods here. All right, I have to figure out this last era score. Should be very easy. Probably purchase a great writer. That would be fine. I just need to sell a little bit more stuff. All I need is 60 gold. What else could I do? I could levy a city-state. Although they have big militaries. They're going to be expensive. 450, I could easily do that. In fact, that might be a way to do this world policing thing. Like Kumasi's military. Yeah, actually, that's a way to do it. I'm definitely going to go for that government plaza building that makes levying cheaper and more effective. That's fun to do. I guess I'll levy Geneva's troops. Why not? 450 gold. And it's done. We got our golden age. No problem. And now Maya like me, because I got a bunch of swordsmen. And that is the medieval era. Yes, I am in a golden age. Maya likes me a lot. That is great. Unlocked games and recreation. We are absolutely going to go straight into another Monumentality era, because we have a lot of expanding yet to do. And we are the only ones we know of in a golden age. We don't know about this unmet player. I'm surprised that Rome didn't manage to get into a golden age with, or Nubia or whoever, finished off the Aztecs. But Rome's in a dark age. Oh no, that's Byzantium. Rome's in a normal age, as is Nubia. Very interesting dramatic events going on the other side of the world. But we are still, feeling cozy here, expanding out. I've got a lot more expanding I want to do. More districts to build. Look at these juicy yields here. We built some wonders, which is really cool. And we are just going to dominate this corner of the map. Maybe expand even further down. Hopefully. It's been nice that these empires over here have been so distracted by war that they haven't really settled as much as they should. Although Rome does have their own settlers now. And then after that, we will see if we can't do some... bring some justice to the Aztecs. The Aztecs, they were nice to me. They hated me at first, but that's fine. They respected that I didn't have any luxuries at the beginning of the game, and they never did anything to me. I think they deserve to be an independent country. So my goal for the next 2 eras is to bring the Aztecs back. And if that means war with Nubia and Rome, so be it. I will fight for peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a blast to produce, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well. And come back for episode 3, where we delve into Nepal's medieval era.